You know, the bonding company, the other point was is that, you know, if you have to go through and try and find you get the bonding company to do the work, you go up to them, you approach them and you say, look, this isn't getting done. Let's just take the village, for example. And let's say that one had been properly done and we had a third-party bond. And now all those landscape improvements and the off-site improvements, the things that at least make it somewhat attractive when we drive by it. Let's say we had those third-party bonds. The developer fails, for whatever reason they pull out, the bank fails, we still have the instrument. We go to that person and we say, well, you guaranteed this one. You said those things would be done. We're calling on it. Now, they're just like, in simple terms, like an insurance company, and they're going to haggle with you. They're going to see if you get it done. But I think in the end, we've got a competent city attorney here that will go to bat and make sure that those improvements get done. But that's what we do not want in this community, is a situation where we have to wait for somebody else to come along and buy this property to get things rectified out there that need to be taken care of. That's exactly the same position that we're in right now with the Village Shopping Center, and it's not right. There is no way I can vote for this one. That other cities have agreed to this, that's not my concern. What's good for this city is what's my concern, and this deal is not.
Yes, Mr. Vance, let me back up. For purpose of transparency, the developer did donate to my political campaign. But because of that reason, I'm even more incumbent to do due diligence. And the questions that I did a lot of homework this weekend on this, and thank you, Mr. Hank Goodrow, for the intelligent conversations we had about this, because it was hard separating fictional rumor with facts and learning. And Mr. Baker, I thank you for your questions. Where my dilemma is, I feel I did not get enough information regarding pros and cons of bonds and liens. And that's why I appreciate your questions. And I have some concerns about the bond company. I don't know if anyone can tell me. Is Bond Shepherd a private company?
Yeah, they're all admitted charity companies in California. They all have, an A rating right now.
Okay, Mr. Betts, you're correct. Like I said, I did not get enough information to weigh the pros and cons of either issue. Now, can this be brought forward? I mean, not brought forward, but continued? I hear you, but I need to have enough information that gives credibility to a no or to a yes. And I don't have that information.
That sounds like your motion to continue, and I'd be happy to second that if that's where we want to take this tonight.
I have a comment.
Is that a motion and a second?
And I have public comments, like about 4 of them, I think. Mr. Goodrow.
Hi. Anyway, obviously there has been dialogue with me, with Rick, with a few of the council members. And thank you, Carl. Even though we didn't get to talk, you didn't return my phone call, you actually asked all the same questions I've been asking. And believe it or not, I also disagreed with number 3 too, but it was Jan Hyde who changed my vote. Okay, now back on to this one. I'm not understanding the whole bond versus the lien thing either. And to me, Yvonne, you've been great as far as having study sessions for everything else. This should have been a study session, because I'm still leaning against you on this. And I would strongly, at this point tonight, even with that, no, they don't know if there's anything wrong with the property or not. And we still don't know bonds versus liens, which is better. And I live in I'm not bragging, but I live, quote, in the richest part of the town, where they have $1 million homes, or had. They're begging to go for $250 at short sale. So this land being worth $10 million, or $20 million, I kind of think dirt in the desert right now in DHS, come on, $20 million, who's going to pay for it? That's my feeling right now, because I just don't see the reality of it. I wrote points, I guess, but the bottom line is we just need to continue it, and I'll just leave it at that. Hopefully we continue and I don't have to talk publicly. Bye.
Charles Purdy.
Good evening. I'm a member of the community in question, and my biggest concern, of course, is having turned into a wreck, with these bonds. It's insurance, is what I see. Would you give it? Would you be willing to give up your car insurance, your medical insurance, your life insurance, in lieu of a maybe? I mean, if the property is worth $10 million, or excuse me, $20 million, it was bought a year ago for 7.8. Well, I don't know if it was me as a business person, I'd turn it down, make my $12 million, and run away. But the fact is, it's only as valuable as what someone's willing to pay for it. A bond is, it's face value. So, burn my hand type of thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul Marcoux.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I'm also a resident of the community, and I actually live in the Phase 1 development. And as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't even been completed fully yet. There's still some streets that still need to be capped off and finished. There has been an injury in the development as a result of that. And I won't go into details about that, but unfortunately a person had to have a hip replacement done for a fall there. But my concern is, before the next phase gets started, are the streets going to be and the rest of the infrastructure going to be finished off, and the neighborhoods that are built already? That's one of my big concerns right now.
Thank you. Robert Bentley.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, staff, people of Desert Hot Springs. Mr. Betts helped me to see this in a little different way than I had seen it before, maybe to articulate it a little more clearly for those who don't quite get it. Basically, what we're turning down is a guarantee that we would get all the improvements to keep the area from becoming an eyesore. Exactly the thing that we want to guarantee for. And we are taking, instead, an ownership stake in the property should it become an eyesore. Now, I don't know if an ownership stake in a property that's become an eyesore is what the city wants to get into. It sounds like, one of those things that we get stuck into again, and it's, just a bunch of problems. There are reasons why there are fewer bonds being issued, and it's because the people in the world who know right and wrong, the experts in this area, don't want to put up their money. So basically the city is taking a great many risks. The city is not an expert in this area. The city is not an insurance company. It can't aggregate the risk that these very large insurance companies can, and that's what they're there for. There's a reason why doing a bond is the traditional way. It's because it's the right way. I can't go through all the different reasons, but there are plenty of scholarly materials that you could look up. If you go to COD and look it up, there are reasons why the bond is the right way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, did I hear a motion and a second to table it? I'm sorry, to continue it? Okay, we have a motion and a second to continue it.
Point clarification.
May I make one recommendation, and that is, before it is brought back to the council, that we do have a study session, and we can clarify and get all of this information out, so that we can make a conclusion and make a decision.
Yes, I will check Madam Mayor, members of the council, I will check the availability on, I don't know what is scheduled for the 10th, or the, excuse me?
I thought the motion was to continue. I don't know if we had set a date in the motion.
There was no date.
Right. So it'll either be the 10th of work session, or the 24th. So if you would set it for the next meeting following.
Are you making that as an amendment to the motion?
I want to have a clarification as to when you want to continue to.
I I just simply want enough information, so I don't know how long it's going to take you to do that. And so I just want to continue, and I don't want to pin you down to a time. I just want the tools that I need to intelligently make a decision.
Okay, Madam Mayor, Councilor Pye, a safe date would be the first meeting in December. That way that'll give us 2 work session opportunities.
Okay, one more discussion.
I'm going to vote against continuing it because I think we got enough information, especially in light of the questions I asked. And it seems to me that the major concern, correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Pike, is the securitization by property or the securitization by bond, and is either one of those safer than the other, or are they both the same? And as was pointed out, with as many insurance companies and banks that are defaulting, if they hold one of the bonds, in the case of AIG, yes, the government propped them up, but they aren't necessarily going to prop up any other bondholders. So bonds can become worthless because the holder of the bond, who guaranteed the amount of money, has gone belly up. But by the same token, as long as you have land, before title can transfer from that land, the obligation sits with the property and must be met. It seems to me those are 2 very clear scenarios.
Okay. Mr. Baker, I'm slow. We got those responses this afternoon around 4 o'clock. I did not digest it. We got the appraisal just as we walked up here. Okay. I did not digest it. This one company that AIG has $33,000 in bonds. The company that I asked about has $3,363,000 in bonds. Now, if they're shaky, I can make an intelligent decision on that. But I don't know that. So I'm just asking time to get up to speed to where you
Well, but there's no guarantee we can buy these bonds or transfer them.
Can I make one comment?
Sure. I'll show it. Maybe.
These bonds, as I see it, are worthless if they are not willing to continue the bonding with the new landowner. Because these bonds are under D.R. Horton. This new landowner has no choice but to go out and re-bond this property. So the existing bonds, as I see it, aren't worth the paper they're written on because they're not in the name of the current landowner. It's not true? How do you know that? How do you know that?
The bonds go with the project. We can't just, they don't just vanish and disappear.
Madam Mayor, I call the question.
I call for the question. I'm sorry.
Study session. We'll get that out of the study session.
That's what the turning into.
Okay. All right, we'll get that out. Because I mean, that's very important.
I know.
It's very important. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries 3-1. Would you get Mr. Bettis, please, back in?
Tell me why.